Never die. 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 Never die.
Fuck you.
All right, this is the Angry Dad, and I want to thank you guys for listening and tuning the fuck in. And before I get into today's podcast, I'd like to thank my podcast sponsors, Thrive Body Transformation Program. Look, lose weight, feel great, get in shape, all that fucking good shit with John Anderson's Thrive Body Transformation Program. Look, learn to eat right, and the weight fucking comes off. It's as easy as fucking that, and you can do that with John Anderson's Thrive Body Transformation Program. Pit Boss Grills, bring the heat to the barbecue market. Bigger, hotter, heavier grills at pitboss.com. CH Concrete, serving the San Francisco Bay Area. That is CH Concrete, serving the San Francisco Bay Area. No job too big, no job too small. Residential, commercial, does not matter. CH Concrete can help you. Just mention Angry Dad, and they'll take care of you. Jags is a fully stocked preferred destination spot for every gearhead, professional racer, weekend warrior, restoration nut who wants to take their vehicle to the next level. 511 Tactical, purpose-built clothing, footwear, bags, tactical gear for life's most demanding missions. Official clothing. Hip-hop is our life. Streetwear is our passion. We are official. Live by your own rules. Sundays, get your lawn looking mean green and very green at sundays.com. Use these links. It really helps me out. I appreciate it. All right. Father's Day was on Sunday. And, normally I do a little Father's Day, podcast. I kind of fell aside because some stuff happened on Monday, and it just is what it is. And I just didn't really want to touch on it, but I'll touch on it now. Being a father and being a dad, it's a job that a lot of us take. And it's a job that is, it's hard to put into words, but I'm going to do my best I fucking can. Because being a father is being the person that stands behind and stands above. All right. There's a higher family, and moms, dad, kids, but dad stands above, but dad stands behind. Moms nurture, moms make kids feel good. Moms make kids feel, just cared for. But a father's job is to toughen up their kids. And when I mean toughen up their kids is, we're an example of what our kids are going to act like in the world. All right. They're going to see us. We stand tall. We're proud. And, we don't show emotion. We don't show feeling. It's just something how dads are. But the thing is we want to be the new dads. I always try to be the best dad I can fucking be. But I love you. I care for you. I'm here for you. And I have the advice for you. Dads fix things. Dads change things. Dads make problems go away. That's what a dad does. All right. You want to build a bike? We build a bike. You want to build a house? We want to build a house. You want to work on a car? We're going to work on your car. You know what I'm saying? Dad, I need life advice. All right. A lot of us have been there, done that. So we know how to steer our kids in the direction of what needs to be done. But a lot of times we have to let our kids learn the hard fucking way. I've learned every lesson in my life the hard fucking way. And it's walking a fine line of not being an overbearing father, an overbearing dad, and controlling. But you got to just kind of steer them in a way. Plant a seed and let that seed fucking grow. And you water it with conversation, with talk, with life advice. Because there's a lot of times when I've had moments and times with my kids where, they're confused on what they should do. Or they're confused on what needs to happen. Or it just in general of like, what do I do with myself? And the thing is you got to water that plant and let it grow, because it'll go in the direction it wants to go in. And that's how I always teach my kids. I always ask them, what do you want to do with your life? What do you want to be in your life? What's going on right now? What makes sense? I never tell them what to do, how to do it, or when to do it. I always just guide. All right. Make things feel possible, because fathers make the impossible possible. All right. We're stronger than any other person that they'll ever know in their fucking life. We're those heroes. Good fathers are those people in their kids' eyes that are just like, can't do no wrong. That's the strongest person I know. He's the best person I know. He does everything and anything for me. And so, we have this high standard that we have to live up to. But the thing is that's just how they see us. we're humans. We're normal fucking people. But the thing is, you know, we want to help our kids to grow. And the way we help them grow is by guiding them. All right. And that's the thing too, is like I've had those moments in times where I've tried to force my kids to do what I want them to do and force them to do things that I feel that would be best for them. But at the same fucking time, I'm like, no, I learned the hard way. They got to learn the hard way. You got to go through the motions. You got to go through the steps. You got to, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's just a little nudge. You should think about this. You should try this. This is what I think. I never say what to do. I never say how to do it. You know, unless they get down to the nitty gritty, like I need some help on how to do something. And then guess what? Of course I'm gonna fucking help them. But for the majority of the time, you got to speak in a way where it's just like, you know, they made the decision. Because helping them make solid decisions in their lives is what's gonna help them be confident in what they fucking do. Because if you don't help them make healthy, strong decisions in their fucking life, they're going to fall apart because they're not going to hold themselves to a fucking standard. One of those things that I've always done is if I say something, I do something. I hold myself to that fucking standard. And the reason I hold myself to that fucking standard is because I want my kids to hold themselves to their standards. I want them to hold themselves to what they need to do in their life. And when they want to do something, they're going to fucking do it. They're going to follow through. I know a lot of people in this fucking world who just daydream and fucking, you know, like one day this and one day that. I'm like, no, this is my fucking goal. This is what I fucking do. And this is what I'm going to do to get there. And you have to live like that as an example to them, as an example to your kids. My kids know me to get up, go to work, get shit fucking done, and handle fucking business. There's no mincing words. There's no fucking tiptoeing around bullshit. I'm very direct. I'm very on point. And that's how all my kids are. Straight to the fucking point, very direct, and get shit fucking done. Because if they didn't see that, then that's not what they'd be doing. All right? Your kids are a reflection of you. All right? And they're going to be the reflection of your attitude towards fucking life. Because if you're miserable, not fucking happy, and fucking just doing random fucking bullshit for no goddamn fucking reason, well, guess the fuck what? That's how they're going to fucking be. I grew up without a father. I grew up with my mom, my grandma, and a whole bunch of other family members. But my mom, my grandma are the ones who raised me and took care of me. My mom worked hard, so I saw that. So I know how to do that. But that's the only thing that she really taught me. You know what I'm saying? She had to work 3 jobs to take care of 4 kids. And, you know, it's hard to have that. You know, I got a good sense of family from my grandma because she was the glue to our family. She was the glue to our fucking life. All right. But the thing is I didn't have the emotional understanding of what it takes to be a man and the version of a man that I feel. All right. I just saw TV, I saw movies, and that's how I basically emulated my life or my thought process of a man. I went off something that wasn't real. But as I grew up and as I got older, I realized where I was lacking and what I didn't have. And I always told myself I'd never let my kids go without me. I'd never not take care of my kids. I would never let them struggle like that. But what I did is I told myself, this is how I'm going to be. This is how I'm going to act. And this is how they're going to fucking see me. All right. And there was a long time where it was just us and them. You know, me and them. I worked my fucking ass off, barely fucking slept, but took care of fucking business. All right. I had my sister, I had my mom, I had a lot of people helping me too. But also understand at the end of the day, you know, it took me a long time to get my fucking life under control. Because when you go through all the bullshit of divorce and fucking being alone and fucking dealing with your emotions and feelings, especially if you know, like not being raised with them, you don't know how to fucking control them. It took me a long time to get my perspective into what I needed it to be. But I did. I figured it the fuck out. You know, I knew how to work hard, but I didn't know how to add in emotions or feelings or any of the other fucking stuff. So I tried to make sure that my kids understood that they can talk to me, that they can say what they need to say, do what they need to fucking do, ask me fucking anything, and understand no matter what the situation, no matter what the fuck is going on, that I will always be here. I'm their father. I will always be behind them. I will always protect them. I will always help them. I will always be there. They never have to worry about not having support or someone to fucking talk to or someone to fucking call. Because I am a phone call away. I'm a drive away. I am always fucking there. Always in the background. Always waiting for them to need me. All right. I will drop everything and anything in my life to take care of my kids, to be there for my kids. And that's what I'm trying to fucking say. You know, as a father, that's what we do. As a father, that's how we're supposed to be. As a father, you know, it's our job to love our kids, but to never expect anything in return. They do love us. They do care for us. But the thing is they should never have to feel like they need to do something for us. They never need to feel like obligated, like they owe me. They don't owe me jack fucking shit. My kids don't owe me nothing. Kids don't owe nobody nothing. We owe them everything. And the reason we owe them because we brought them in. My job is to teach them to be there. My job is to always be there. So guess the fuck, what is Angry Motherfucking Dad? You want to watch my shit? IGT or YouTube. Well, listen to it. Spreaker, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, SoundCloud, Deezer, iHeartRadio. This motherfucker's everywhere. You can easily fucking find it. Rate, review, like, subscribe, all that fucking bullshit. I'm also part of the Inner Circle Podcast Network, group of powerful podcasters out there sharing their shit. That is innercirclepn.com. Every one of our websites, every one of our shows. Creatures of the Night, The Hood Diner, The Untrained Eye, The Plunge, Failing Hollywood, Simmons, and more. Podcast shit happens when you party naked. Make sure you go check it the fuck out on Patreon at Team Almy. And I'll see y'all motherfuckers on the next one. Fuck.
Always living, always living, always living, always living.